Imagine standing on a windswept mountainside, surrounded by rugged cliffs and treacherous ravines. Below you, a force of over 1,000 British soldiers, confident in their technological superiority, march forward, yet hidden among the rocks and shadows. Tens of thousands of Zulu warriors silently prepare to strike. What the British didn't anticipate that fateful day was the sheer brilliance of Zulu tactics and the bravery that would turn the Battle of Hlobane into a shocking moment of triumph for the underestimated Zulu forces. This is the story of how strategy, resilience, and the will to resist defied all odds. The Battle of Hlobane was more than just a skirmish in the Anglo-Zulu War. It was a defining moment in the clash between an imperial power and a proud, independent nation, taking place on March 28, 1879. This battle marked one of the most daring confrontations between the British forces and the Zulu warriors. At the time, the British Empire sought to consolidate its control over southern Africa, viewing the Zulu kingdom as a barrier to its ambitions. The Zulus, led by their determined leaders, and rooted in a culture of resilience, were unwilling to surrender their sovereignty. As part of a larger campaign to crush Zulu resistance, the British initiated an offensive at Hlobane Mountain, confident their superior weaponry and disciplined ranks would secure an easy victory. But the terrain was unforgiving, a labyrinth of steep cliffs, narrow trails, and concealed vantage points. This natural fortress became a stage for one of the most intense and surprising battles of the war. In this video, we'll unravel how a seemingly one-sided engagement turned into a dramatic struggle for survival. We'll dive into the strategies employed by both sides, uncover the human stories behind the conflict, and explore the lasting impact of this extraordinary battle on history for the Zulu forces. The Battle of Hlobane presented immense challenges. Despite their reputation as fierce warriors, they faced an adversary equipped with advanced weaponry, including rifles and artillery. While they relied primarily on traditional spears and shields, the British forces, led by Colonel Evelyn Wood, believed their firepower and disciplined formations would overwhelm the Zulus. But the challenges weren't just technological. The British had strategically chosen Hlobane Mountain, a steep, rocky terrain that they assumed would provide a natural advantage. The Zulu forces, numbering fewer than their British counterparts, were tasked with scaling this rugged landscape under intense fire. Furthermore, the British were seasoned campaigners, employing sophisticated tactics such as flanking maneuvers and defensive squares, making them a formidable foe on the battlefield. On top of this, the Zulu warriors faced an existential threat. Defeat at Hlobane could mean the collapse of their resistance to British imperial expansion. The stakes were monumental. Every Zulu fighter understood that this wasn't just a battle for land. It was a battle for their nation's survival, their culture, and their identity. The odds were stacked against them, but the Zulus had one critical advantage: an intimate knowledge of the terrain and a burning will to protect their homeland. The Battle of Hlobane tested the tactical ingenuity of the Zulu forces. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, they turned the rugged cliffs, narrow trails, and scattered caves of Hlobane Mountain into strategic assets. Their deep understanding of the terrain allowed them to outmaneuver the British at every turn. Led by Zulu commanders like Mnyamana Buthelezi, the warriors employed the horns of the buffalo strategy. The center engaged the British directly, while the flanks worked to encircle and cut off their retreat. This coordinated approach created confusion among the British ranks, already stretched thin by the harsh terrain. Colonel Evelyn Wood's forces underestimated these challenges, relying on firepower and linear formations that proved ineffective in the rocky environment. As the Zulus tightened their grip, the British were forced into chaotic retreats, leaving them vulnerable to ambushes. A sudden thunderstorm added to the British woes, making trails slippery and isolating their forces further. The Zulus seized the moment, combining environmental mastery with relentless attacks to overpower the British. Through sheer determination, strategic brilliance, and an intimate understanding of their homeland, the Zulus turned the tide against a seemingly invincible opponent. proving that strategy often outweighs technology in battle. The turning point of the Battle of Hlobane was a masterstroke of Zulu strategy. As the British forces maneuvered through Hlobane Mountain, they found themselves surrounded. The Zulu warriors, exploiting their knowledge of the terrain, blocked every possible escape route, trapping the British in a perilous position. At the perfect moment, the Zulus launched their surprise attack. Waves of warriors surged from concealed positions, their battle cries reverberating through the mountain. Panic spread among the British, who struggled to organize defenses amidst the chaos. Their rifles and artillery proved ineffective against the coordinated Zulu assault. Adding to the turmoil, a sudden thunderstorm turned the rocky slopes into dangerous traps. Soldiers slipped, fell, and became isolated, making them easy targets for the relentless Zulu advance. As the attack intensified, the British were forced into a frantic retreat, abandoning their supplies and leaving many comrades behind. This decisive moment demonstrated the Zulus' extraordinary timing, courage, and tactical brilliance. What began as a confident British operation ended as a crushing defeat, forever etching the Battle of Hlobane into the history of the Anglo-Zulu War. The Battle of Hlobane stands as a powerful example of resilience and strategic ingenuity in the face of overwhelming odds. Although the Zulus were often dismissed by their adversaries as unsophisticated warriors, this battle proved their tactical brilliance and unyielding determination. The British forces, confident in their superior technology and training, were forced into a humiliating retreat, leaving behind supplies, wounded soldiers, and shattered morale. The outcome of the battle had a profound impact on the Anglo-Zulu War. While it didn't end the conflict, it sent a clear message. The Zulu kingdom was a formidable opponent, and their resistance would not be easily crushed. The Zulus' ability to adapt, exploit the terrain, and coordinate large-scale attacks earned them a place in history as one of the most skilled fighting forces of their time. Today, the Battle of Hlobane reminds us of the complexities of colonial history and the bravery of those who fought to defend their sovereignty. It's a testament to how strategy and sheer willpower can overcome even the greatest of challenges, leaving an enduring legacy for generations to reflect upon. History is filled with incredible stories like the Battle of Hlobane, where strategy and courage shaped the course of events. What are your thoughts on this battle? Do you think the Zulu tactics at Hlobane were the ultimate example of resilience, or were the British caught unprepared? Share your insights in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Zulu history, make sure to give this video a thumbs and subscribe to the channel for more stories of bravery and strategy. Don't forget to check out our other videos exploring the rich and fascinating history of the Anglo-Zulu War. Thank you for watching. This is History Replay, This Day.